Do you feel the need to add fake experience to your CV? You feel you can get your dream job faster and easier if you show experience on your CV, especially as freshers, because you have heard that freshers find it difficult, there are no jobs for freshers, or you have failed a few interviews. If yes, then please think again and watch this video till the end. Hi, this is Namisha. This is my channel Invincible Careers. I have been into the recruitment business for more than 25 years, and this is a channel I've started to help youngsters get better jobs faster. So please subscribe and let's move further. So I chose this topic and decided a video on this topic because I was shocked when I saw a lot of videos on social media platforms where the fake experience was being justified, where influencers were giving tips to candidates, freshers, or people in the exploration stage of their career as to how they can get away with a fake experience and what can they do and so on. And what I was wondering was if somebody can put in so much effort in actually getting a fake experience, going through the process of maybe choosing what he needs to mention on the CV, then arranging the documents, and then clearing the interview. So watching videos, learning those tricks and so on as to, to justify what you have mentioned as false in your CV. Even at times go and work and then again go through the whole process of challenging yourself, learning and so on, and sustaining that false work experience. So just imagine if the same effort can be put into getting clarity in your own job search before that. What is it that you want? Where can you apply? How can you be flexible? What can you upgrade genuinely? And then, enhance your CV. Life is going to be so much more easier going further. Yeah, and the effort is actually going to be lesser. So that was the first thing that came to my question. And then I thought that let me make a video also highlighting what other challenges one can face in case somebody succumbs to the whole temptation to add fake experience in their CVs. Yeah, so the first and foremost thing that one would face is a guilt and stress. Your own self will be full of guilt and stress subconsciously all the time, because you will always stay in this fear of being caught. During the interview, nobody will tell you that okay, you were rejected because we felt your experience was fake. Or from a CV also, somebody will not kind of judge so well that okay, the experience is genuine or not. It is possible that at the documentation stage, you will feel that okay, I cannot go through this. Like I especially remember a candidate of mine who was applying to an MNC Indian company, one of my clients, and he went through 7 rounds of interviews. He chose to first apply for one position, then decided to change the position. So the second position he got interviews with, he got selected, and when the company asked for documents, that is the time when he confessed to the HR itself that he has a fake certificate from MBA, and that this job did not actually require MBA, but he had put in on the CV which was floating around, and at the last stage he confessed this, and this resulted in him getting blacklisted from all the group companies of his own dream company. Not only the company had applied for, but all the group companies also blacklisted him. He was informed of that. So imagine your dream company became the company where you are blacklisted. And who did that? You yourself did that to your own self. So that's kind of a grave mistake that one can do. So no point doing it, right? Yeah. Similarly, I come across so many candidates who fidget with their CVs, change experiences, and then the ATS of any company or anywhere, the ATS works normally on your email IDs and phone numbers, and the ATS can trace that okay, there are duplicate CVs. I can have 2 CVs of the same person, and like again, it happens with me that I find sometimes that people have sent me 2 to 3 CVs, and each CV has different dates, each CV has a different work experience, so there is some change, and that is where all one will do is keep the CV aside. That okay, this is tricky, this is fishy, let's avoid. So that is something that can happen with you, because when you add your fake CV, you will not be able to first make sure that your original CV has gone missing from the market. It will still float around, so there will be repetitions. You can caught there itself, or you will not know that you are missing opportunities because of something that you thought will add more opportunities to you. So that will happen during the work. You will constantly be under stress. When you join a new job, there is already lot of stress about adjusting to the new place, learning how the company functions, learning the rules, delivering on projects, and to top it, you have yourself added a layer where you have mentioned fake experience, and because of which you are expected to deliver in a certain way which you are not prepared to, and for that you will have to put in extra effort. Again, I know of people who first faked on the CV and then spent many sleepless nights actually learning and proving that that is what it is. So it's not eventually worth it. Yeah. So that is one thing that will happen, that you will be constantly under guilt and stress. You will be worried about background verification. Right? There are so many videos again where background verification was explained, because if your information is fake, you will have the fear of failing background verification. Otherwise, background verification has no challenge. Right? They're only going to go and see your documents are true or no, or they're going to maybe reference check. But if you have said the truth, then there is no worry about the background verification. If you see that in your offer letter or in appointment letter, there's a clause which says that anytime the company finds that the information is wrong that you have provided to the company, you can be terminated. And that is a very natural thing that will happen. At the same time, if you are working in a big company, what will happen is that the company might, your juniors or your seniors will realize that your experience is not what you have mentioned, but they will not come and tell you, I know it's a fake experience that you have, or they might not sack you, but you will still miss on opportunities for growth. Because you're still learning, you will be not able to deliver as somebody who's actually experienced, and you will actually miss opportunities for growth. So you might get the job, but your growth in that company will get hindered, because you still have to catch up, and that will affect in your work. That will happen. Yeah? You will constantly be worried. That is there. There are times that you can be terminated. Legally in India, there is punishment. It is punishable, and there's things like imprisonment that can happen if a company decides to take that kind of action for you. Yeah. So that is the biggest threat, and you will carry that threat all the time. No? There can be long term cause influences. Like again, all these videos that I saw or I heard of, there was not one person in those few videos that I kind of saw that people who had credible corporate experience will never justify this. This was being justified with by people who were themselves in the initial stages of their career and so on. No credible corporate top management or senior management or somebody will actually justify or will be able to tell you that yeah, fake experience helped or will help. So it is a short term thing, it will not help you in the long run. The consequences can come in the long run, the benefit will not come in the long run. So you have to be aware of that. Again, I remember that there was this vice president position I was working on for a pharma company, and I sent the CV to my client, and it was a very apt CV. You know, the person was from the pharma industry, he had similar product experience and so on, but the person did not get shortlisted. So when I asked the HR what happened, it came to light that this person had missed out on information that about one company on his CV. He had, you know, it was a short term that he had worked, and so he skipped it on the CV. But the company which we sent the CV to, that HR was working in the company which was missing. So company A is what he had missed from the CV, and the client company of mine, the HR was at that time working in company A. So he knew that he had worked with me, but his experience is not mentioned there, which raised questions on the trust and credibility of somebody being offered such a senior position. And because of that, the person was not shortlisted. Again, nobody is going to go and tell this person that you have missed this opportunity, but it was a very apt opportunity and it got missed because he tried to cover some details from his CV. So, similar things can constantly happen. I had placed one candidate recently who was a very junior position, and the person claimed that they know Excel and advanced Excel and so on, and the person was selected. But on the very first day, the company felt that okay, it doesn't seem that you know it very well. So she was told that you will have a test tomorrow, and based on that, again, we'll assign you work. Now it's simple that the person has claimed that they know Excel and so on, and if the company is feeling that okay, let us have one more test so that we can actually assign you something based on what you are doing, because the experience was fake, because the person had actually not worked on those things. The next day, she did not turn up for the interview. So, 15 days, 2 to 3 rounds of interviews, constant follow ups, and 1 day of job. Yeah. Again, next day, you decided to sit back. More than the company or anybody, your own effort got wasted. Again, the position did not want you to have that kind of skill, but still the person kind of mentioned and then wasted the effort. So these kind of things happen. This is the reality of when you fake experience on your CV. So that is why again that should be avoided. Long term consequences are there. And again, like I said, the legal issue is already there. So it is always better to be as truthful as possible on your CV. There's a certain exaggeration we all do, but it is always better to be honest and make life easier in the long run. Please do that. and continue watching further videos for this series. Thank you so much.